live. We haven't started yet, but we're live. No.
It's the pre-show chatter.
It's the pre-show chatter. It's game day.
Friday.
There's that. I should just casually go over to Blast Burns and post mine. And they're Twitch
flex.
And Twitch it out and get banned instantly.
Do they even have a section for, like, promote yourself?
No, absolutely not. It would be kind of cool if they did. Get a lot of crossover, but maybe I'll reach out, see if we get a collab. Little Pokeboomers versus BB. Those guys are like fucking serious business though, with fucking competitive.
Perfect.
Pokemon.
Just get destroyed.
Yeah, basically.
I'm here for it.
It would be a bad fucking go. The collab no one asked for.
Except for us, stupidly, foolishly.
Oh no, where are my... Oh, there's my glasses. My cult leader glasses. I mean, my secret friendship club glasses. Oh gosh. We have cross promoted. We got all our stuff. I think we are just about ready to kick her off. Got my water. All right, let's do this. It is Pokeboomers Gen 2, Episode 5, Iron Tails and Hyperbeam Trails. I'm Hugh. Take the Shot Media and the Pokeboomers, obviously the Pokeboomers part. Every week I say that. And the strength in me honors the strength in all of you, continuously and constantly. I'm joined by my fellow co-host and conspirators, sometimes, but competitors, Vimbert.
Hello!
And, of course, Zedward have played together, stay together.
The one and only.
Well, actually, your Twitch channel has two people, so,
The one and only
Yeah.
Zedward.
Okay, fine.
Yeah.
We'll let you have
Both
that.
called Zedward.
That would be impressive, like, if you did some kind of, like, double down esque movie magic and just had two of you on the webcam at once.
Do,
The
Word
Prestige.
Zed. Oh God! If you know how the twist in the Prestige goes, I don't know if I want to condone that. Oh,
The movie's like 15 years old.
whoa! We can't spoil it though. There's maybe people that haven't seen the Prestige, and it's a great movie. We shouldn't spoil it. All right, before we
I
spoil,
actually haven't.
there you go, right there, Zed. All right, it's week 5, but we've been making a breakneck pace, so we have. Now all of us have gathered together and defeated Clair, the dragon trainer, and we have bested all of the Johto gyms without...
And also Jasmine, I guess.
Yeah, and also Jasmine, true. Well, there wasn't
Also appearing.
there wasn't too much crying between the Johto gym leaders. I figured there was going to be more. I figured there'd be a lot more deaths, but we can talk about that perhaps later in the discussions, but let's get into our week in Nuzlocke. We'll kick it over to Zed, as always, finishing first out of all of it.
Hey, sorry.
Oh, you're
I
good.
had to tell the doggies to be quiet.
Oh, man.
Alright, so here's how it went for me. I was going to start off with Jasmine, but then I ran into Ucene, who's a exclusive rival to the Crystal Games. And I was like, ah, shit, I forgot about this asshole. And I ran into him in an accident, and now that I think about it, he might be like so optional that you could probably just beat the entire game without fighting him. I'm not really sure if that's possible, but
I think you
it might
can, depending on if Suicune's mandatory or not. I can't remember.
huh. Well, anyway, so I wasn't really worried about him killing me. I was just worried because I had my team up to like where I wanted them for the gym level-wise, and I was like, oh crap, if I over-level on this guy before I even get to the gym, I'm going to be mad. But he did not give me enough experience, so he wasn't a problem.
That electrode in that fight actually killed one of my Pokemon when I cleared it. I just couldn't remember which Pokemon it killed. It just self-destructed, exploded on turn 1, and killed somebody. But
Yeah, I might have switched to my Steelix or something, because I was like, oh no, I see a self-destruct coming. But then I went and did Jasmine. If anyone watched, it was a classic Z-word gym battle where it went stressfully.
Yeah.
Not the worst one, honestly. I got through her Magnemites pretty quickly with Surf, as was my plan. And then I got to the Steelix, and my plan was to like set up Reflect and use Razor Leaf with my, I think at that point, newly evolved Meganium. I don't know how to pronounce it.
Meganium. You're close.
Yeah, that sounds right. Meganium.
There you go.
And that didn't work, like, at all. Like, 100% no worky. And Steelix was laying out those Iron Tails left and right, and I was trying to swap Pokemon, and I swapped in my Steelix to try and kind of use my defense to kind of like balance ourselves out. And it actually worked pretty well. I was able to get off a couple screeches on him. I think all like 3 screeches, so like completely destroyed his defense. And I was using Bind for like the chip damage, because like the chip damage ignores, like defense stats. So I got him down a little bit, but I did have to eventually switch out. I don't remember who I switched in, but whoever I switched in, pretty much, since his defense was destroyed, they just like ran right through the rest of them. It might have been like Tauros or something. And yeah, that's how that one went. So it was a little.
I think
that was a double down, right?
Yep, he doubled down.
Yep, that was a double down. I doubled down on both gyms.
I don't know, man. I think if you didn't have your Steelix there, I think that would have been real bad. Like those screeches, yeah, saved the day. Because I remember watching that, and I'm like, man, she's hitting all the Iron Tails. I was like after the second one hit you, I like had to look it up. I'm like, nope, it has 75% accuracy. I was remembering it correctly. And
that's how gyms go for me.
Yeah, it was a classic Gen
Morty,
2.
100% hypnosis.
Yep.
Chuck, 100% dynamic punch.
It was a Z-word Gen 2 gym experience for sure.
But yeah, so once again, no losses in the gym. It went. I got it. We did it. Then I moved over to do the Goldenrod City radio tower, where they weren't very strong. I was going okay, and then I was using Crobat against the guy who had like 6 coughings, or one of them was a wheezing, like 5 coughings and a wheezing, and I got off a Confuse Ray on him, and like it was. I was taking it down, and then he broke out of confusion, and maybe I should have gone for Fly, but I went for Confuse Ray again. It didn't work. He exploded. Crobat died. So that was my big loss. I was upset about that one. He was going to be one of the guys I used against Claire. So we had to replace him with Pidgeot.
Yes.
And other than that, got through the rest of the Rockets just fine. Set up my team, went through Ice Cave. I caught Swinub. Right before Ice Cave, I ran into a Licky Tongue, but I didn't catch it. I ran out of balls. I threw like 13 balls at him and didn't catch them.
Yeah, that one was determined to not go in your PC.
Yeah. But I caught the Swinub. And then I think that was my only caught encounter for the whole time. Well, no, that's not true. I'll get to another one. Went and did the gym. Also doubled down. This one actually went really well. This was actually probably my first gym this entire game where like shit did not hit the fan. Alakazam went through all 3 of her Dragonairs pretty easily, but I swapped them out for Kingdra. I swept my Meganium, and yeah, like that was the end of Kingdra. Like, yeah.
Alakazam, pretty cool trade evolution, isn't he, Zed? Pretty cool trade Evo.
I knew you were going to bring it up, actually.
It's okay.
When in Rome, I guess.
There you go. Embrace it.
So I actually went and did the Dragon's Den afterwards because I was kind of thinking like, well, I got to get the badge.
Yeah, technically you're the only one with the badge.
Dragon Den is apparently very annoying. There's surprise trainers that ambush you. There's Whirlpool, and I had to go and train a Magikarp up to Gyarados just to use Whirlpool just to get through. A little annoying, but I got the badge. I got the bonus Dratini at the end there, so...
I like how that's how they gate you into teaching someone Whirlpool, because everything else you need Whirlpool for is totally optional. Like, they're like, we put this shitty HM in the game and you're gonna use it.
Yeah.
Could be worse, could be Rock Climb.
Could be Rock Climb.
But we'll get there.
Well, that's it for me.
Okay. I guess that brings it to me next. So this early part of my notes is very bad, because on Tuesday I was streaming after sleeping for like 5.5 hours, and that was the most sleep I'd gotten in a night since like Saturday, so I was extremely loopy. And my memory of that stream is kind of a haze. I think it showed if you were there watching, but I did a grind. I fought Jasmine and successfully hard moded her. I don't remember having too much in the way of problems. I don't really remember how I did it though. But it's there. The evidence is there.
We have the tapes.
Yes. I also went east from Mahogany. I did encounter a Lickitung, which I did catch, and added to the party. I did the Rockets, which went pretty smooth. Mizuki the Graveler was hard carrying most of the way between being able to soak up self-destructs and just hit basically everything they have super effective with magnitude. And then I fought the rival, and I think I didn't have any issues. I kind of forgot there was a rival here until I was like double checking over my notes. I was like, oh yeah, I fought that kid, I guess. Like
I forgot I fought him too. I didn't even mention that.
Right? This is kind of how Silver goes this gen, alas. And then, picking it up on Wednesday, I headed into the Ice Path and caught the inevitable Swinub. Spent far too much time on the block puzzles there because I do not have a spatially oriented brain. Went into Blackthorn, headed south, caught a Fanfy, which I was extremely disappointed about. And then I grinded a bit, fought Claire, and I kind of channeled Zed's energy. I had a very Zed-style fight, because things went wrong just from the get-go. The first Dragon Breath she sent out got a paralysis on my Quagsire, and he was kind of supposed to be like my guy to help me hard mode everything. So there was a lot of just desperate tries. There was a Hyper Beam that missed without any accuracy downs on the enemy Pokemon. There was a death in there. I'll get to that because I want to kind of talk about that all at once. But I did manage to win after a bit of a desperate struggle, and then I went and enjoyed the Gold-Silver Dragon's Den, where I basically surfed for 2 minutes, picked up an item, and then Claire appeared Stalker style and was like, okay, fine, have a badge. And I was like, wait, that's it? I'm done? And that was my week.
All right. Yeah, your Claire fight was the para went off first, and I'm pretty sure you got hit by 2 crits. I know for sure.
Sounds correct.
I know for sure you got hit by 1 crit like immediately after, and then there was another crit. There was a lot of drama in that. That was, like you said, that was a Zedward gym battle.
Yeah.
There.
Yep.
You got my luck in that.
Yeah.
I was seeing red for a lot of that fight, and I made some not great decisions.
Yeah. There was I was watching along and I was like, holy, I was like, there's like para. I was like, the para went off and I was like, oh, that's not good, you know? And then you switched, then there was like a crit. I'm like, ooh, that's not really that great. Then there's another crit. I'm like, uh-oh. Like, uh-oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, then the miss heard around the world, but like you said, we'll get to that. So for my week in Nuzlocke, I probably had the most boring week out of everybody. I learned that you have to fight Jasmine before you can unlock the rockets. My idea was do the rockets to grind up to Jasmine, or at least do most of the rockets and grind up to Jasmine, and then go do Jasmine. But so we did a little tentacle genocide off the beach there, where you grind in Gen 2 basically until you unlock Mount Silver, and then we just did normal mode Jasmine. There was ways to hard mode Jasmine, but in hindsight, I should have hard moded. But realistically, it was just safer to not chance potentially a Z word like Iron Tail spam on that. And I just did normal mode, and it was easy peasy. After that, we went and cleared out the rockets, and along with our rival. Big ups to my homie who's now a Gengar, the Undertaker, who immuned like I think I counted. I think he immuned like 6 self-destructs or one explosion. It was like
that somehow doesn't sound like enough.
Yeah, exactly. It was just like there was no Coughing's gonna use poison gas. There's no Coughing's gonna use smog. There's no Coughing gonna use tackle. It was like a Coughing came out. It was going to self-destruct next turn. Is like how it worked for me, and I was like, well, this would have sucked if I didn't have a Gengar, but I had a Gengar, so it didn't suck. After that, we kicked it over to Thursday, where we boogied on through the ice path, and then we doubled down on Claire, and the best summary I can give for that double down was Tauros goes Bert. And Tauros was very much just stab returned everything to death. He one-shotted all the Dragonairs and then two-shotted the Kingdra. The Kingdra had
sitting in. Oh.
Yeah. Oops. No. Go ahead.
I was sitting in chat watching that, and I was like, "What? Why couldn't my battle have been like this?"
Kingdra did survive the first one, and then the Surf brought him within crit range, but Tauros was outspeeding him, and I didn't have to worry about a 1 in 256 miss. So, yeah, the Tauros was really good. I didn't have to use his new Forbidden Tech, and so we doubled down. Our encounters this week, we got the Swinub in Ice Path, we got the Tangela on the route before that, then we got a Gligar, the route south of Blackthorn. So I was excited about the Swinub initially until I looked at its moveset and realized that you basically have to give it a Earthquake TM for it to be relevant type of deal. So that was kind of disappointing. And also I was excited for Tangela because it's a really beefy, bulky wall in Gen 1. But they did it really dirty in Gen 2 when the stats split. Like, he has a ton of physical defense, but he has a 40 base special defense, which makes him just fucking awful.
Wow.
Like, yeah, it's bad.
Yeah.
I didn't realize it was that bad.
It's bad. Yeah, so I went from being really excited to get a Tangela, because I don't have any good grass Pokemon at all. My shiny Tajiri, my shiny Weepinbell got killed by Chad. Big Chad is Mr. Mime. And so I have been desperately lacking a grass-type Pokemon all game, so... But yeah, that was my week. So we gotta do a little commemoration though. So Zed, you want to talk about your boy Malice anymore, or say any final words?
Yeah, he's only my second loss, but this was the first one I cared about.
Whoa!
Poor Tentacool, poor Kraken.
Well, Tentacool I liked because I was like, oh, this would be really cool, but I didn't have time to bond with him. You know?
Yeah.
He died too quickly. Malice, I know he loved me or he wouldn't have been a Crobat.
Exactly. there was literally evidence that he was in fact your friend.
But yeah, that's all I'll say, I guess.
It just leaves it to Vim.
Yep. So my loss during the Claire fight was Mizuki the Golem. This was objectively a bad call on my part because I put Mizuki in versus Kingdra when just everything was going wrong and I just needed anything. But she ended up being key to my victory because she was able to get off a single Mud Slap before getting absolutely demolished by Surf. And Kingdra missed so many moves after that. I'm convinced I would have wiped if not for getting that Mud Slap off. So she'd never even got a chance to shine after evolving to Golem from that trade Evos, but I will forever cherish her sacrifice.
True hero.
I agree 100%. Like, as soon as you got that Mud Slap off, it was just Miss City, and I was like, holy fuck, that one Mud Slap is just totally derailed this Kingdra. Like, just fucking ruined that Kingdra's day. Yeah, it was so.
Now, Vim, if there was ever an argument for abilities, because I know you aren't looking forward to them, that would be my argument right there.
No.
Sturdy.
I still hate abilities.
He would have survived a one-hit KO.
Not in Gen 3.
Yeah.
Sturdy still sucks in Gen 3, but later.
Oh.
Okay, well, yeah, maybe not Gen 3.
I mean, also Kingdra probably would have had some ability where, you don't get affected by physical attacks or something dumb that I would have no way of knowing about.
It doesn't have that.
Okay, but 2 heavy losses. Mizuki and Malice, have been here for a long, long time. But we salute them as they move on to their respective boxes that I can't remember what your guys' boxes are named.
Mine's a junkyard.
The junkyard, and what's yours, Vim?
Just grave.
Grave, okay.
No guild in the lily.
No guild. All right, we got the follow-alongs, though. We got our follow-along crews that sent us a message, so Vim, why don't you start us off?
Oh, sure. I got
my bad.
Update
Go ahead.
from Inception. I duded on the gym leaders and caught a Skarmory and a Swinub. I could have caught a Goldeen, but opted not to because it would have been a waste of a Great Ball. Agreed.
Hell yeah.
My team is, I think, going to be full of surprises. Guess we'll see what that's about in After Dark.
Very.
Sorry, I had to make sure my Goldeen distaste was known in chat. All right, we got Big J-Bob / Avalon Attempts with an update. I went to Jasmine and destroyed her. Went to the radio tower and destroyed the rockets. Went through the ice cave and caught a Jinx. Ooh, spicy. Made it to Blackthorn. Threw Black to the train spot. Got the team leveled up. Went back to the gym and annihilated Claire. So pretty standard week for old J-Bob. No deaths. There you go. Proud of you.
Mm-hmm. Typical of all the follow-alongs.
No, J-Bob's has been a fucking bloodbath this entire gen.
He did start off rough, didn't he?
Yeah, he's been leaving a pile of corpses behind him.
He's
all right.
He's like the meat grinder of all. I think he has the most deaths probably.
I was too quick to judge. My bad. All right, well, that leaves Original Six's follow-along. He says, my encounters this week were Horsey, Chincho, Tangela, Donphan, and Swinub. Nothing special, but a couple bangers in there. Nothing was too difficult this week either. If I thought a battle was going to be remotely difficult, I'd just let Miltank handle it. And that was also the case for Claire. It's a shame I didn't like Miltank as a kid. She really puts the game on easy mode.
Sounds about right.
I also didn't like Miltank as a kid. But
I mean, they put Whitney against you. That's pretty heavy bias against.
Yeah,
Miltank.
they're like, what if we no tanks? And I guess I just never caught one. I don't. Yeah.
Yeah, I was always the opposite because I was like, wow, Whitney's Miltank is awesome, and then I went and caught one, and I was like, this is great.
This is great.
I guess I wanted to occupy some kind of moral high ground. I was like, I won't use Miltank.
There you go. I was just a dumb kid that didn't like pink Pokemon probably or something stupid like that.
I mean, that could have been the case for me too.
Yeah. All right, we're over halfway now. Kind of. So kind of. Half-ish. It's half-ish. So we're going to do, last season we did our MVP discussions halfway through. We're going to talk about who we think our own MVPs are and who we think our opponents' MVPs are so far in our Gen 2 journey. So, Vim, you want to go ahead and start us off?
Sure. So, to talk my own team up first, I think that my MVP is far and away the boss, the Arbok. Almost, I don't know why I said Kadabra. She's just been instrumental to a whole lot of gym leaders. It's a heavily TM'd moveset that I'm using, but I think I've been able to get a whole lot done with it. And, my natural good luck with Glare goes a long way towards making her a threat. Literally, just several gym leaders have just been dismantled by, like, okay, let's just do the attract paralysis, flinch, haha, you don't get to move attack. So I think that's my pick for my own. As far as you, Hugh, I think your Tauros, just solid Pokemon, obviously made an absolute mockery of Claire. Yeah, I just far and away, like we were talking before, and I couldn't remember who was on your team besides Tauros and for Alligator. I'm still sorry about that.
No,
it was like, who else does you have?
Tauros was literally the only one that was in the last gym, so it's understandable.
And then for Zed, I think your MVP has got to be Trainwreck, the Meganium. A lot of people underestimated the utility, just got a lot of great moves really early reflect, early synthesis, and just a total monster in PvP for the utility. Like, I will never forget the experience of just that first time when you had reflect, and Hugh and I realized, oh no,
Yeah.
oh no, this is how it's going to go.
And like at the start of the game, you have no like you basically only have special or physical moves. So it's like, well, this I guess we just lose PvP until we figure out something. Sorry, I didn't mean to step on your toes there.
No, that's fine. I've about said my piece for MVPs, I think.
All right, I'll move to my MVPs, and I agree with Vimbert. My personal MVP is Tauros. He kind of puts the game on easy mode. Not gonna lie, it was looking like a pretty cursed run on the Nuzlocke up to the point where I got Tauros. So right before Morty, we did get the Krokana Fury Cutter meme speedrunner tech against Whitney, which was awesome. You know, it's probably the highlight of my Nuzlocke experience so far. But yeah, Tauros is just a monster. Like. And even the fact that it has Surf, there's like literally nothing that Tauros can't do right now type of deal. And it's just, if you want to play the game on easy mode, just get a Tauros type of deal. As far as my competitors go, I'll go with Zed first because I also echo the sentiment that Trainwreck is the MVP. Like, just all the utility it brought to like PvP, just like the nightmare it made us. It's like synthesis is kind of falling off a little bit that you were kind of talking about this week, but there's still so much that it brings of just like the reflect and the synthesis and the bulk, and like now you have the body slam on it, so it's just a great starter. I think it's the best starter now that I'm like looking at them all and hindsight. Maybe Typhlosion starts to eke it out like right towards the end, but
if you don't kill it,
yeah. Typhlosion also kind of suffers from not learning Flamethrower till really late, and like I guess you can teach it Fire Blast, and like you kind of need Earthquake to give it that extra spicy. Like Typhlosion can be a monster, but it requires like getting it to a Typhlosion and then requires some TM investment. But I don't know. I've changed my tune started to change towards Meganium and our Soul Lock when I was using one, but now I'm pretty sold on that. Chikorita's probably the best starter for Gen 2. And then for Vimbert, I'm gonna go with Now, your Crobat, the last surviving Crobat of the generation. Now that Malice and Rob Van Dam have been brutally killed in battle, I think the Confuse Ray and the speed. And I think Crobat's just an all-around great Pokemon. It's really good for PvP. You kind of have to have an answer for it, or it kind of gets away with murder type of deal. And like you brought out the point that the boss has all those TMs and stuff invested into it, but I don't know, like just competing with Crobat's speed and like the Confuse Ray and everything else it brings is just, I think it's more annoying probably to deal with. But
yeah, totally fair. I mean, particularly when I hit 6 out of 7 flinches.
Yep, the bites.
PvP sometimes.
Yeah, I will say the Crobat's a really good Pokemon, and I'm really disappointed my Zubat got fucking murdered right away.
Same.
Yeah.
But he died, so I could hard mode Morty. So, all right, Zed, that just leaves you.
All right. Well, I'll talk about you guys first. I also agree about the Tauros for Hugh. Hands down, like especially that first week in PvP when I faced it, and it just, I think I maybe knocked out 1 or 2 of your Pokemon, and your Tauros just did work on the rest of my team, and yeah, it was just too good. It was too strong, and then like just watching you play like against like Claire, just bowling through her Pokemon like nothing. Yeah, Tauros remains a very good Pokemon. He was good in Gen 1, and he still is. For them, I don't know. He has like a different thing every week that kind of is a threat. But I think the Crobat can definitely be it, especially now that I think about it. What with the like 6 flinches in a row last week?
I will say you're on the receiving end of that. You're on the receiving end of that shenanigans. So I was
sorry to rub salt in that still healing wound.
Yeah.
Now, as for my MVP, Trainwreck appreciates your guys' sentiments. I'm a little surprised no one mentioned like Kadabra / Alakazam, but I'm gonna say that you're both wrong, and the true MVP has been huge.
Oh baby,
and will always be huge.
You know what? That's fair.
The
I
shiny
retroactively
boy.
changed
Yeah.
my MVP vote to huge.
Yeah, fuck Trainwreck. We stand huge here. This fucking channel. Big huge.
Despite being something that you wouldn't expect being good at late game, he's still holding pretty solid, at least in PvE for me. So
Stab Headbutt's a hell of a drug, kids.
that's
Truly
no
is.
joke.
And he got that dig
the
coverage
I also
too. Yep.
realized comes in handy. Not just for coverage, but I was like, oh shit, I can use this to like get out of
Yeah.
dungeons and stuff.
It's pretty nice.
Yeah, how big old the only surviving shiny, the original shiny, the shiny mascot of the Pokeboomers, big huge. No. Oh, and then I wanted to give a special shout out to my Gengar too. It's just the fact that it absorbs. It's the bomb defusal champion, back-to-back bomb defusal champions constantly. I usually kill my Haunter Ghastly by this point, so it's a new experience for me. So I probably forgot, but
That's true.
Yeah.
having that PvE utility is nice. He doesn't come to PvP because Showdown doesn't like fun, I guess. But I think we're finally past the point where I need me and Look and Hypnosis, so I can maybe bring him next week. We'll see.
Probably.
Speaking of PvP, though,
Speaking of PvP, I was just about to say that too.
I think it's about time. Me and Vimber getting ready to throw down. If you want to send me a channel, there it is.
Yep.
I wasn't ready. Oh, get this up and get that down.
I'm in.
Heck yeah.
Wait,
we
what was this? You're
got-
saying that you can't select the rival sprite?
I discovered that when we were looking. I said you can't have rival sprites, and then I found it. It's a part of the tactics.
Anyway.
Looks like in the gold corner we got Hugh Gaming with that new drip,
Hell yeah.
and starting with Kevin Nash, his Umbreon, and in the silver corner Vimbert, same classic sprite, starting with now the Crobat. Gentlemen, begin. Now starts with the Confuse Ray right off the bat. Kevin Nash, though, has the Bitter Berry, breaks out, and uses his own Confuse Ray.
Well.
Let's see what happens in turn 2, since nothing happened turn 1.
I
Now
wonder.
he uses the Confuse Ray. It gets off this time.
Damn.
Kevin Nash hits himself. Not much damage, though, because low attack, high defense. He hits himself again while now flies up into the air. Confusion not looking good on Kevin Nash. Hugh switches in Rocky and soaks up that fly, doing only 7% health. Bam fires off the Confuse Ray, stays in. Rocky hits with Iron Tail, massive damage. It was a critical hit, did 94% of his health. Now just barely hangs on there. Does he stay in, or does he keep now for emergency tactics? He keeps it in. Rocky hits himself. Now he uses Bite. Rocky looked like he outsped him there, so I'm guessing certain items might be on him. Now is in the air. Rocky hits himself again. There's the fly, still not doing a lot of damage. Oh, and there it is. Snap out Confusion, took down the bat. Hugh now in the lead. Bimbert answers with Quagsire. A good answer to Steelix. And there it is. Hugh does not switch out, and Quagsire takes it out with the Surf. And he sends in Batista, the Machamp. I think our one and only Machamp. Both sides considering what to do. Batista leads with Karate Chop. No critical hit, surprisingly. Edgeworth returns with a surf. Both sides doing about 28-29% damage. This could be a battle. Oh, nope, there's the critical hit right there. Batista uses Ice Punch, a little less damage than before. That critical hit, Karate Chop, took a big bite out of him. And there it is.
We had a random person
probably,
in the chat. King of Fighters,
probably.
KOF 2000 left. Damn.
Didn't want to stick around.
No, I guess
This was too hardcore for him.
He's like, what the fuck is going on here with these level 40 Pokemon?
Remember, it switches in Kibo as a response to the fighting type. It takes in he sets up Reflect just in time for the Strength. It takes it pretty well using that Reflect. Now what are they going to do? Using a Takedown. That's interesting. Batista uses Seismic Toss, getting around that Reflect. Kibo had a berry though, healed back some of his health, so he's still over half health. Batista's sitting about 32%. Inception hops in real quick just to leave some hashtags.
Cancel culture strong for our boy Fanfi.
Oh, Kibo goes high with the fly, dodges that Seismic Toss. Hugh, looking death in the eye, switches out to Goldberg. Goldberg resists fly, takes it pretty well. Reflect is now gone from Vimbert's side of the field. Evo goes for the Hypnosis but misses. And oh. Okay. My monitor went to sleep. I was like, no! Goldberg finishes off Kibo with the Thunder Punch. Vimbert uses the Boss, and there it is, the nasty Attract. And it's working. Goldberg is unable to attack. Hugh switches out. He does take a Paralyze from the Glare, but Kevin Nash is female, so Infatuation will not work. Will he be able to hit through that paralysis, though?
Probably not.
We're going against Vimbert here, so yep, there's the flinch on the headbutt. Kevin Nash gets through that time and gives off a Confuse Ray that could turn the tables for him. Vimbert, though, switches Pokemon into a new one on the team, Beatrice, the Licky Tongue. And he gets off another Confuse Ray. Beatrice gets off that Thunder Punch, though. 12% damage. Oh, and the Confuse Ray comes into play, hits himself, and Kevin Nash continues to try and chip away. Beatrice still sitting above 50% health. And Hugh switches to Ampharos, just in time to take a Shadow Ball critical hit to the face. Licky Tongue did break out of confusion. He doesn't have a high attack, but he does have the bulk. So he's just going to keep going for that chip damage. Goldberg uses Thunder Wave and paralyzes him, though. Vimbert is sitting at 3 Pokemon.
No, there's the Quick Claw.
5.
I was wondering who had it.
But Hugh does have a few crippled Pokemon, so this is still anyone's battle. Vimbert still has full power, the Boss, a big threat for sure. And there goes the second Pokemon from Hugh's team. Oh, but there he is, the one, the only, Rhino the Tauros. Starting off with that big return, the Boss using Attract. But Hugh makes the switch. Kevin Nash already paralyzed, a safe switch in there. The Boss doing pretty good damage with that Sludge Bomb, but Kevin Nash did manage to get off a Confuse Ray. Is the Boss going to be able to take him down now? Oh, he switches to Nagito. Nagito here to finish off the Umbreon. We're now 3-2. Yu switches back in Toro, still at full health, ready to do more murders. Nagito might probably could take a couple. Oh, never mind.
You had to say it.
I was gonna comment on the bulk of a lantern, but and there it is. Vember
Thanks.
finished off.
GG's.
Well played, well played.
Toro saying, "This is what I did to Claire."
Yep. Dread it, run from it. Stab return arrives all the same.
Takes no prisoners.
One could even say it returns.
Hey.
That was awful, don't A that. Well then, we have loser passes the stick, so up next is going to be Hugh and Zed.
Excuse me. Sorry. Just checking something.
Technical difficulties. Nobody panic. Nobody
There we
panic.
Quit checking Smog on. It's too late for that.
It's too late for that.
Indeed, indeed. As I see, we are in
Yes.
the goal from the gold mines. Kevin
There
Nash,
it
the
is.
Umbreon, comes out, and from the Crystal Palace, it's Trainwreck, the Meganium. Gentlemen, let's start it off. Trainwreck with a classic Reflect. Kevin Nash putting on that Confuse Ray.
I was really confused there because it said 5 turns on the reflect, but it just ticks down automatically from the first one. I was like, wait a minute.
Yeah, it's a little weird. Does Trainwreck stay in? Does, and hits himself in confusion, and takes a sand attack for her troubles. Oh, but through all that, manages to hit a body slam, but that Umbreon Bulk helping to soak. Feint attack, that's a special move, not affected by that Reflect, hitting for a little bit of damage. There's the swap to Goldberg the Ampharos, who takes a crit body slam. Ampharos a little bulky, but it's still a bit of a chunk. Trainwreck snapping out of confusion, trying to Razor Leaf for good damage. There's a Fire Punch with that little bit of punch coverage Ampharos gets. About half damage to Trainwreck, who's still sitting at that accuracy drop. Not that you'd know it from watching her her attacks. But Reflect fades. Tries a body slam. Goldberg at crit health, but Fire Punch goes out. Trainwreck goes down. Zedward responds with huge the Furret. The Pokeboomers is only Shiny, who headbutts to KO Goldberg. Oh, Batista the Machamp. Excellent, excellent answer. Two mighty boys facing each other down. But no, there's the swap to Slammo, the Weezing, who resists that Karate Chop. And another swap to Hitman the Feraligatr, who takes a Sludge Bomb for a little over a third of his health. Stab Sludge Bomb continues to be a hell of a drug. Another swap to Mad Catter, who takes a Surf for about 40% damage. Further swap to Kevin Nash, who takes a Thunder Punch, but Umbreon Bulk does its job. And she's still sitting at plenty of HP. Further swap to Minotaur the Tauros, who immediately gets a Confuse Ray from Kevin Nash. But the headbutt lands for about quarter health, and there's that sand attack. You hoping for a little better luck with this one, I'm assuming. There's a swap to Valkyrie, the Pidgeot, as Batista comes back out. An interesting matchup between these two. Because you can never forget about that normal subtype on Oh, never mind. There's a swap to Rocky, who takes a wing attack for minimal damage. Rock throw goes out for a little bit of damage. Sand attack. This is the battle of accuracy drops to some extent. Valkyrie bringing that signature Pidgey sand attack tech. As Huge returns. Takes a headbutt. But Furret's got a little bit of HP, so wears it pretty well. Further swap to Batista. Huge digs, burrows under that ground.
Stay under. Don't call up Huge.
Oh, but he does, and there's a karate chop as Huge goes down.
Huge. No.
A crit even. Batista was just sitting there above the hole, ready.
Karate Chop's always supposed to crit. You just got Vimbert RNG on our first battle, or it didn't.
I see. Yeah, that checks out. Some swaps. Kevin Nash immunes the Psychic from Mad Catter thanks to that Dark typing. As Minotaur comes back out, who, once again, immediately gets Confuse Raid. A classic maneuver. Oh, Minotaur hits itself. Sand attack going out. Kevin Nash looking to have that set up. Or at the very least, annoy Zed into swapping. As Hugh switches to Rocky, confusion ends immediately, but headbutt goes wide. Two down on Zedward's side, only one down for Hugh, but he's got a few injured. As Surf goes out for big damage. Iron Tail connects. Big hit on Minotaur. Another Surf, but it's a crit and Rocky goes down. Batista coming back out, looking to use that fighting type. As Slammo switches in and takes a seismic toss for about a third of his health. Hugh probably predicting that swap. Oh, there it is, the self-destruct, as both Pokemon go down. It's 3-3 now. Coming out, we have Minotaur the Tauros and Rhino the Tauros, who is the true claimant to the throne.
Who's faster?
That's the real question. It's Rhino who returns for big damage, but Minotaur takes a little nap. And does the old Chesto Resto, except it's Mint Resto. Headbutt goes out. Headbutt goes out. It's a crit from Minotaur. Rhino down to a little less than half. So wondering when we'd start to see rest. Return. Rhino's signature. Both Pokemon quite low. As Rhino takes a nap and does the Mint Tech. Takes a headbutt about at 3/4 health. The return, and that's enough to finish Minotaur off. Valkyrie coming out for Zed. Pidgeot pretty fast, but not faster than Rhino. As Valkyrie eats a return to the tune of about half its health and flies up in the air. As Rhino takes the opportunity to take a little nap. Fly goes out, crits! Huge damage there. Could never count out a Pidgeot. Rhino remains asleep, but Sleep Talk's a headbutt. And Valkyrie goes down. It's all up to Mad Catter now. Sleep Talk headbutt, Mad Catter barely hanging on. Psychic does take down Rhino, but Hugh has 2 Pokemon to answer. As Kevin Nash comes out against her natural foe. Mad Catter's probably faster, but we do not get a freeze.
the whole reason
Nash wins the day.
The whole reason I have an Umbreon instead of an Espeon right there. All right. Boop. Nope, shit. Watch a battle.
Oops. I also. Oh.
Oh.
I was in the exact wrong. Okay, we're in.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, from the Silver Sanctuary, I finally came up with a name for it. We have Vimbert with that Soul Survivor now, the Crobat. And then, of course, from the Crystal Palace, we got Zedward with the tried and true Trainwreck the Meganium. Gentlemen, let us go to war. Now opens with a quick attack, 47% before the Reflect gets up. Taking a nice old chunk out of Trainwreck. However, Reflect is now in play. Mad Catter comes out. Confuse Ray goes out. Mad Catter chomps on a Bitterberry. Beatrice the Lickitung comes out. 50% on the Psychic. Shadow Ball, boom, super effective. However, that Reflect paying dividends as Beatrice goes down to the second Psychic. Oh, excuse me. Kibo, the Noctowl, comes back out, staring at Mad Catter. Mad Catter with a Thunder Punch. Finds the Hypnosis, finds its mark. The Reflect goes down. Mad Catter's fast asleep. Kibo says, I will set up a Reflect of my own. Mad Catter still asleep. Turn 2, asleep. Takedown goes out 39%. Little hit with recoil there. Bitterberry, chomp, 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 back to 57% HP. Mad Catter asleep for turn 3. Oh, Mad Catter goes down to Kibo, the takedown king. Queen, excuse me. Here comes Valkyrie. We got some bird v bird violence here, folks. The battle of the drones, you could say.
Can you do it, Vimbert? Can you attack the one you love?
I'm sorry.
This is the reason I brought him with me.
I see.
Papa, is that you?
Here comes Nagito the Lantern. It has Valkyrie takes to the skies. Fly coming in resisted with that Reflect and the typing. The Thunder Wave slows Valkyrie down. However, the Paralyzed Kiraberry takes care of that paralyze. Sand Attack going out. The Forbidden Tech Spark going to find its mark with a 56% chunk of Valkyrie's health disappearing in the process. Here comes Trainwreck the Meganium. Comes in on the Spark. The Spark whiffs that Sand Attack, paying dividends. Trainwreck's in at 54% HP. Nagito 94. However, we see a swap back to Kibo. Here's Synthesis, bringing Trainwreck back up to 100% HP. Kibo sitting tight at 50%. Body Slam goes out 22%. Hypnosis goes wide. Here's another Body Slam, bringing Kibo down to 4%. However, Hypnosis finds its mark.
Trainwreck, why are you so weak?
Reflect goes up. Kibo chilling at 4%. 2 turns of sleep. Fly goes out. Kibo takes to the skies. Here comes Slammo the Wheezing into the Fly for 14% damage. That physical bulk provided by Wheezing. Reflect up. Kibo 4% HP. Here's Takedown. He says he's trying to finish it himself. However, the Sludge Bomb is what's going to do him in. Here comes the boss, Vimbert's signature Pokemon, the Arbok, versus Slammo, the Wheezing. In comes Meganium once again. The Attract fails to find its mark. Pokemon is not that progressive, folks. Sludge Bomb, super effective, 62% damage. No Reflect to soak up that physical damage by that stab Sludge Bomb. Trainwreck takes another nappy. Sludge Bomb's gonna get her done. Trainwreck goes down. We have an even battle, folks. 4v4. Here comes Minotaur the Tauros. Headbutt, critical hit, and the flinch. Headbutt's gonna get her done, and the boss goes down. Here comes now the Crobat. Confuse Ray goes out, finds its mark. Minotaur hurts itself in confusion. Here's Bite. going for the forbidden tech. We might get it, folks. 2 hits into confusion. We've been here before. He says, I'm not playing this game. He switches to Slammo. There's the self-destruct. I guess the Quick Claw was on Slammo.
I was using Fly, too!
Oh man, that would have been good.
Slammo says we will both go down together, and the Crobat goes down along
If you
with
dodged
Louise.
the self-destruct, my hat would have been off to you.
Here comes that big boy Edgeworth taking on the PB Gen 2 mascot, Huge. Immediately swaps as he grounds out or as he levitates over the earthquake. He flies away from it, okay? Doesn't hit birds. Squawk. Here comes the Stab Fly, going to do 26% damage.
Jesus.
The Ice Punch doesn't get the job quite done, though, leaving Valkyrie with 6% health. Fly goes up again. Ice Punch goes wide. We see another 27% chunk taken out. However, Valkyrie goes down. It's 2 versus 2 here, folks. Minotaur the Tauros coming back out. Headbutt doesn't get her done. However, the flinch spells disaster. Perhaps for Edgeworth. Headbutt gonna bring Edgeworth down. It's the Lantern v Minotaur v Huge. Headbutt chunking him. However, he gets the Thunder Wave off. Confuse Ray go out. Parafusion is set, folks. Hurts itself in confusion. Spark. We get the full para.
No.
Oh boy. Spark
Oh, no.
gets it done.
Huge.
It's up to Huge. Huge v Nagito. Dig. Underground he goes. Dig comes up. Super effective. 34% damage. Thunder Wave finds its mark this time, though. Confuse Ray. Parafusion is online. However, Huge resolves that stat headbutt, and Zed
Huge.
takes the victory.
Huge!
There we go, folks.
Good one. Good one. That was great.
Well done. Well done.
I think that self-destruct was the turning point. Like, it could have
Yeah.
gone either way.
Yeah.
That quick claw
If you had
self-destruct.
dodged it, that would have been amazing.
I was like, I know exactly what he's up to here, and then I saw it start to go out. It was like time slowed down before my eyes. No.
Alright, I'm doing basic math, so bear with me. Alright, our new point totals are myself in first place with 495 points, Zed in second place with 470, right? Yeah. Yep. And then Vimbert bringing in third with 405. Still very much anybody's game at this point. Math by exactly. HD knows. She knows, folks. All right, with PvP concluded, let's talk about next week. The big Elite Four week. Here we go. Gentlemen. The big... I've waved to this Elite Four before. Yeah, I have. Yeah. Big old Will and his Zatu got like 3 psychic crits, and I was like, well, this run's cursed, and yeah. So, nothing to scoff at.
Yeah, I think this one
Concern.
is very wipeable.
Yep.
This is,
Lance doesn't fuck
even if
around.
we've been doing good, like...
I also think people don't give Koga the respect that he deserves. Like, if you don't...
doesn't
He
deserve
deserves respect.
Okay,
No, he
if you
does
if you don't have an earthquake, the main discussion was if we were going to do this hard mode. Spoiler alert. Okay, we'll talk about that in a bit. I was like, if you don't one tap a lot of Koga's Pokemon, it can get out of hand really fast. There's a lot of double teams. There's a lot of statuses. Like, I don't know. I think if you're not one tapping Koga's shit, it gets pretty gnarly. But on the topic of the Elite Four, our level cap is going to be 46. So I think the average came out to 45.8. So we were rounding up to 46 for the host. We can choose to do hard mode Elite Four. However, you have to declare before you go into the Elite Four, and you have to hard mode all of the Elite Four. You can't just pick and choose.
Every single one.
Yep.
You can't just be like, oh, Bruno, you
Yeah.
exist. I'll hard mode you.
Yep. No picking and choosing, and they'll be worth. We said 50 points, right, for us.
50 points normal, 100 for the hard mode.
So the big hard mode, 100 points, but whew, it's been
back here in third place. That at 100 points is looking pretty nice.
Oh man, you're a fucking mad lad. I'll say it right here on stream. I will not be hard mode in the Elite Four.
Yeah, I'm gonna give that one a pass. Probably.
I'm also probably not, but the content.
Oh man, the spice. But yep, that will be our little cap will be 46, and let's touch on the ban list too. So,
well, before that, this is our Elite Four level cap, so we go in with everyone at 46, and they kind of end up wherever they end up by the end of it.
Yep.
Just to make that clear, in case you didn't see how we did this Gen 1.
Yep.
Yeah.
So that brings us to the ban list. So in Gen 1, the team that we cleared the Elite Four with went on our ban list. In Gen 2, you're going to have your Elite Four team is going to go on your ban list, and your red team is going to go on your ban list. We're going up to red this generation. So you kind of got to think long term when you pick your Elite Four team. It's like, this is going to be the team I'm going to want to use towards red to limit the amount of bans you get. Also, 81, Zed can correct me if I'm wrong. I think 81 is the highest our level cap will ever be.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So there's also like, do I want to run like crazy legend or pseudo legendaries, basically like your Tyranitards and your Dragonites? Like, this is probably one of the chances that you could run them to close to their full potential, given how high the level cap is. But there will be 2 ban lists that go out. Now, with the 2 ban list, that doesn't, like, the team you use, you can still use it after the Elite Four. It's not like you use it for the Elite Four and then it's banned and you can't use it the rest of the game, because that'd be silly. But
yeah,
be funny.
It would be funny. I mean,
that would be cruel.
I mean, that would. I'm gonna talk about this later, but
oh no, I've inspired something terrible.
Guys, the content, the
It's
B
too
squad,
late. We've said it live.
the B contest, the B squad content, guys, and put in an additional 6, putting 12 Pokemon on the ban list in Gen 2. Oof, oof. But yep, that is about where we're gonna be next week. You guys, any final parting words for Johto before we leave it for the? I'm not gonna say sunny tides of Kanto, because Kanto's still not great, but whatever.
Yeah. You said when we were starting this that you were waiting for us to come around to the hating Gen 2 train. I'm not there yet.
Wow.
I'm having a good time.
There you go.
The level scaling's all over the place, but aside from that, I like all the locales. It's got, a lot of nostalgia for me. I'm enjoying Johto.
Yeah, I like Johto too. Just for like the feel of it. I kind of like how it's got Kanto. When you're going through Gen 1, there's not really like an aesthetic to the land, but Johto's got like that kind of like oriental aesthetic to it, and I kind of enjoy that.
I want to go on record that I don't hate Gen 2. I think it's just Gen 1 with a new coat of paint. But
you have a lot of friends from Johto.
I got a lot of friends from Johto. Yeah, exactly. Here we go.
I don't hate Gen 2. I just feel the same way about it as Gen 1.
I gave Gen 1 an 8.5. Let's be fair. Like, I want to go on record as that. I gave it the highest praise of all of us. So
it's true. It's true.
But
then I changed my rating to 10 out of 10.
Oh my gosh.
Gen 1.
All right.
Never forgive you.
We're about to kick it over to PB After Dark, but before I do that, if my co-hosts want to plug their channels in the chat, I am Hugh. You're here on my channel already, and I appreciate it, but if you're watching this on YouTube, you can check it in the description down below where I link all our channels. But yeah, Vimbert, go ahead.
And I'm at twitch.tv/Vimbert. I do variety stuff. Saturday afternoons, nights, try to do that after Hugh gets his initial Pokeboomers stuff in, where I play a different game every 30 minutes, and I do Pokeboomers stuff Tuesdays and Wednesdays. Hopefully this week I won't be doing it while horrifically sleep deprived.
It's bold play.
And I am Zedward from the channel Play Together, Stay Together, a 2-part channel. Me and my wife play games together. We play Pokemon, we play Sky, we play Don't Starve together, and we play random indie games. So, yeah, good times.
Oh, and then I will be going live with my Victory Road and team building at 1 p.m. Central Daylight Time tomorrow. So, as never mentioned. So we'll get the afternoon going. All right. I'm Hugh, and the strength in me honors the strength in all of you. We'll see you for After Dark. If you're following along with us at home, After Dark, where we go and battle those that are following along with us that keep their team in check, and usually they end up taking our lunch money, but we'll see. Maybe,
Pretty much always.
Maybe tonight will be different.
It's pretty fair.
Yeah,
we should not be the hosts.
We should probably just turn it over to them. Like you guys can be
We're the ones with Twitch channels.
Yeah, you guys can be the Pokeboomers now. It's the Pokeboomers crown. We might have to. I don't know. We'll see. We'll do something along those lines someday. We'll see what we can do. But all right, we'll be back for After Dark here in a little bit. Probably like 5 minutes tops.
Thank you.
Bye.